The film begins with a young kid named Finn playing video games in their big house. Finn's parents are hurrying to leave the house. While they're gone, strange things start happening. The knives in the kitchen suddenly jump onto the counter, the doors and gates unlock by themselves, and Finn hears his older sister in trouble upstairs. Finn checks on Anna, his sister, and finds her freaking out with a knife and blood from her mouth. Anna points the knife at Finn and asks him to open his mouth. Finn says no and tries to take the knife from Anna. They decide to leave the house and head to their car, but a mysterious person shows up behind them, so they run to the car. While Anna drives, she stops the car at a dam and tells Finn to come with her. Finn follows Anna, but she tells him to let go of the railing and fall over the dam. Finn says no and pushes Anna, causing her to fall over the dam and die. Shortly after, Finn's parents rush to the dam, where their mother starts panicking at the sight of her children. Dad quickly approaches Finn and notices the knife in his hand. Worried, he asks Finn what happened and if he's okay, but Finn remains silent. Rescuers retrieve Anna's body, leaving the parents mourning beside her. Finn, overwhelmed with emotion, approaches his sister's body and begins to cry out. Now a high school student, Finn seeks help from doctors to cope with the trauma of his sister's death, which has left him with brain damage. Despite Finn's insistence, his doctor doesn't believe his story about the mysterious figure from the night of Anna's death. Finn undergoes various tests to address his trauma and is prescribed medication. The doctors encourage Finn to spend time with his younger sister, Sophie. The day after, Finn sneaks out of his house and heads to a party with his friend Lena. His younger sister is there too, with her boyfriend. While everyone else enjoys themselves, Finn just watches the party from the sidelines. But then, because of the medicine he took, Finn starts seeing things that aren't there. He sees his sister who passed away and a knife in his hand. He also imagines blood all over the people dancing at the party. The next morning, Finn wakes up with a headache and his mom makes him a smoothie. He leaves the house and drives to visit his sick grandpa in the hospital. At the hospital, his grandpa asks Finn to pray for him before his surgery. While walking down the hospital corridor, Finn hears someone struggling to breathe. He follows the sound and finds an old lady having a hard time breathing. Afterward, Finn goes to the dam where Anna died. He sits by the water thinking about everything that's happened. Later that night, Finn overhears his parents discussing something about him being ready for whatever's next. They mention that Finn and Sophie will be fine because they're stronger than Anna. After taking his medication, Lena calls Finn, and he confides in her about his parents thinking he's crazy, fearing he might end up like his late sister Anna. Suddenly, Finn awakens to noises downstairs. He finds his parents and Sophie with guests in the living room. Sophie begins undressing, and an old woman starts touching her. Shocked, Finn grabs an axe, but before he can act, something overwhelms him, and he blacks out. Upon waking, his mother explains that he was sleepwalking again. Finn recounts what he saw, but everyone, even Sophie, denies it. The next morning, Finn hears strange sounds from Sophie's room. He rushes to check on her and sees a monstrous figure holding Sophie against her closet door. However, when Finn opens the door, Sophie is completely unharmed. The next day at school, Finn confides in Lena, insisting that what he witnessed in the living room wasn't a dream. He believes it was real. He's worried that whatever happened to Anna might happen to Sophie too. Strange occurrences seem to be escalating now that Sophie is 18, the same age Anna was when she died. Just as Lena tries to comfort Finn, Sophie storms in, yelling at her boyfriend to stay away from her hormones. In PE class, Sophie's boyfriend confides in Finn, suggesting that Sophie's odd behavior might be due to the new pill she's taking. While they talk, Sophie suddenly starts bleeding from her nose and falls from a rope. Back home, Finn witnesses Sophie moving a mug without touching it. Unsure of what to do, Finn observes Sophie closely. Later, Sophie's boyfriend shows up at their house, but Sophie refuses to see him. Her mother asks him to leave. Worried about Sophie's safety, Finn decides to keep a watchful eye on her throughout the night. While sitting beside Sophie's couch, Finn notices a shadowy figure peering at him from beneath. Not long after, Sophie emerges and assures Finn that he's exaggerating. She insists she's fine and that Anna's fate won't befall her. Returning to his room, Finn gets a message from Sophie's boyfriend, warning of imminent danger and urging a meetup at the diner. There, Sophie's boyfriend waits, clutching the twins' medication. Hearing a disturbance outside, he investigates and encounters an elderly woman on the ground. Suddenly, she attacks, tossing him across the room and strangling him to death. Finn arrives at the diner, searching for Sophie's boyfriend, but finds only his lifeless body on a car. Hearing his phone, Finn tracks the sound and discovers the grim scene. Turning around, Finn is faced with the same eerie presence he saw the night Anna died. prompting him to flee in terror. At the scene, the police and Finn's father arrive. While the police deem Sophie's boyfriend's death a suicide, Finn vehemently disagrees, convinced foul play is involved. Despite Finn's protest, the police show him CCTV footage implicating him as the main suspect. They believe the elderly woman couldn't have committed the murder. Back home that night, Finn makes a disturbing discovery in his medication. The following day at school, he confides in Lena, revealing a strange worm-like growth in the pills that seems to be expanding. Together, they take it to a science teacher who identifies it as a fungus found on corpses. The teacher provides a contact card for a fungi expert. Lena researches and discovers that this fungus was used in the Middle Ages as a hallucinogen by witches and shamans, believed to open doors to the paranormal. As Finn prepares to contact the expert, his crush, Samira, approaches him, inviting him to study biology together in the afternoon. Finn eagerly accepts. After school, Lena and Finn head to the fungi expert. Upon seeing the fungi in the bottle, the expert grows alarmed and insists they accompany her. She asks Finn if he touched the fungi, and Finn admits he swallowed it. The expert then instructs Finn to look into her eyes, triggering vivid memories of Anna's death. The expert herself appears troubled. Suddenly, Finn coughs up the fungi, leaving the expert deeply concerned about Sophie's safety. She warns Finn that they must remove the fungi from Sophie immediately to prevent harm, similar to what happened to Anna. Fed up with the situation, Finn rejects the expert's advice and instead heads straight to the hospital to visit his sick grandfather. There, Finn questions his grandfather about demonic possession during his time as a pastor. His grandfather confesses to encountering such experiences. He recalls a time when a young boy fell gravely ill, and as the doctors were helpless, the family sought the grandfather's help for an exorcism. Reluctantly, the grandfather agreed, leading to a profound and life-changing encounter. While waiting for his grandfather's surgery to conclude, Finn senses an eerie energy in the hospital hallway. Doors begin to open mysteriously, and he feels compelled to follow. They lead him to his grandfather's operating room, where he witnesses strange black particles emanating from his grandfather. Growing increasingly worried, Finn panics and bangs on the door, eventually breaking the glass. To his horror, he sees the mysterious creature behind him, invisible to everyone else. Suddenly, everything returns to normal, and Finn is asked to leave the operating room. Disturbed by what he witnessed, Finn decides to contact the fungi expert. Returning home, he finds Samira waiting for him. Lena arrives shortly after, followed by the expert and her son. Upon entering the house, the expert senses that something is amiss. As the expert ascends the stairs, she notices Anna's picture and informs Finn that Anna is always watching over him, wanting to protect him. She emphasizes the need to expel the creature residing within Sophie. The expert and her son set up a device for communicating with the entity. They caution everyone not to speak or look at the creature if it manifests. Taking Finn's medication, the expert attempts to summon the haunting entities. The creature responds, asserting its claim over Sophie. Defiantly, the expert challenges the creature, leading to the destruction of the communication device. The creature materializes, but everyone averts their gaze. Despite their precautions, the creature attacks the expert, warning of impending doom for them all. Just then, Finn's parents return home, forcing the expert and her son to leave abruptly. Finn and the two girls spend the night in an abandoned pool. In the wee hours, Samira wakes up to the sound of Finn returning from the bathroom. She's startled to feel someone holding her hand, assuming it's Finn, but it turns out to be the creature. The trio resolves to return to the expert and complete the interrupted ritual. However, upon reaching the expert's house, they find it deserted with the phone lines cut. To avoid suspicion, they decide to head to school. During PE class, a classmate suddenly falls ill and vomits. He pleads with Finn to leave him alone before rushing to the top of the school building, brandishing a knife and demanding something from Finn. In a desperate act, he jumps off the building. Finn rushes to his classmate's side, and as he reaches out, their eyes lock in a moment of intense connection. Samira and Finn go with their classmate in the ambulance. While they're on their way, they spot something strange in their classmate's mouth that the paramedic removes. Amidst the confusion caused by their classmate, Lena grabs the packaging of the odd medicine named tricozepam. She does some checking and finds out it's a new medicine. But when she looks it up online, people don't like it at all. They say it gives them bad dreams, makes them worried, and even talks about scary stuff like opening the gates of hell. Lena decides to check out the launch of the medicine. They claim it can help people focus better and be better at making friends. But Finn's dad is there and notices her. The same lady who was with Sophie's boyfriend when he died tries to talk to Lena. Lena sticks around, hoping to find clues that something's not right. Lena eventually stumbles upon a room filled with people who are either dying or already dead, where the fungi are being grown and harvested. Among the bodies, she spots the expert, adding to her horror. Lena bolts from the scene, desperate to escape the dreadful place. Luckily, she manages to reach her car, but the old woman reappears, intensifying her suspicions. Nonetheless, Lena drives away safely. Meanwhile, Samira and Finn inspect each other's mouths for any sign of the creature they witnessed in their classmate, but find nothing. They then search their classmate's bag and make a startling discovery. Finn, Sophie, Anna, Samira, and the classmate who jumped off the building are all adopted. It becomes apparent that unknown creatures adopt humans and use drugs containing fungi to manipulate and control their human hosts for their own purposes. Meanwhile, Samira and Finn receive the devastating news of their classmate's passing. The classmate's father discloses to them that Finn is adopted, just like his father. Finn's grandfather once aided a very ill young boy who turned out to be Finn's father. This act led to the founding of the Tronthal Group, responsible for creating the suspicious drug tricazepam. He reveals to Finn that membership in this group is reserved for the elite. Shocked by this revelation, Finn and Samira rush to see Finn's grandfather. However, upon arrival, they find that Finn's grandfather has already passed away. As Finn mourns his grandfather, he is suddenly attacked and drugged from behind. When he regains consciousness, he finds himself tied to a chair alongside Samira, with drugs hooked up to him. Confused, Finn questions his doctor, but receives cryptic responses. He is then escorted to another room where his parents, Sophie, and other individuals await, applauding as he enters. Finn's father elucidates that Finn's body will be surrendered to them, which is deemed a great honor by everyone present. Sophie reassures Finn that he won't be harmed and that they will take care of his body. Finn's mom discloses that a demon will inhabit Finn's body, and the medication he's been taking is part of the preparation for the demon's transition. It's further revealed that the demon previously resided in Finn's grandfather, but with his passing, Finn will now take on that role. As Finn undergoes preparation for the transition, a cut is made on the roof of his mouth, and his grandfather is seemingly revived. Meanwhile, upstairs where Samira remains tied up, Lena arrives and frees her, questioning what has happened to them. As the transition commences, everyone in the room takes a seat and grasps onto a metal pole, then opens their mouths, causing black particles to burst forth. The grandfather positions himself over Finn, also opening his mouth to release black particles directly into Finn's mouth. Amidst this, Lena rushes downstairs, dousing the room with gasoline and striking the grandfather on the head before setting the place ablaze. She then frees Finn from his restraints, although she is assaulted by a doctor. However, Finn manages to fend off the doctor by stabbing him. As they prepare to flee, Finn retrieves a pair of tweezers and removes a creature from the roof of his mouth. Suddenly, Lena is lifted into the air and dropped. As they make their way outside, Finn triggers the gas, causing the mansion to erupt in flames and explode. After the explosion, Finn, Lena, and Samira convene inside the car, preparing to depart. However, Sophie suddenly appears before them, pleading with Finn not to let her meet the same fate as their older sister. Finn, feeling desperate, instructs Samira to drive, ultimately running over Sophie. As they contemplate their next move, the car experiences mechanical issues, and the demon materializes inside, causing the vehicle to crash into the railings of the dam where Anna died. Lena manages to exit the car, but Samira loses consciousness. Finn rescues her just in time before the car plunges off the dam and explodes. Later on, Samira regains consciousness, and Finn consoles her. Lena calls out to them, urging them to leave the dam. While Lena and Finn begin to walk away, Samira gazes back, revealing that she now harbors the demon within her. And with this, the movie comes to an end. Thanks for tuning in, guys.